How to become Instagram famous overnight. Is it possible? Now let me just ask you, do you want it? Because there's a way to get it that'll work for you and a way to get there you want. You gotta watch the video to find out which is which, so stay tuned. Okay, everyone's on Instagram and everyone wants to be seen on Instagram, but is it worth the time and effort that it's going to take to do that? Well, let's go over how it happens and how it happens authentically and real. Because if you've ever heard me speak on social media, if you've ever heard me on YouTube or anywhere else, you know I'm all about being real. So don't be one of those guys that's, going and buying click farms and going and creating all these, fake things. I want to know how to find real, genuine content, real, genuine interaction, and real genuine followers on Instagram that don't unfollow you right away. So let's dive in and see how it's done. Okay, so I'm going to open up my phone here. Let's take a trip over to my phone, and I'm just going to show you what I've got. I've got several Instagram accounts running. I have 5 up and running, and that's the max, I just found out, that you can have on Instagram, and they're all in varying stages of growth. Okay, so I'm just going to share with you some different techniques and different ideas on how to get that Instagram rolling. First, I'm going to start off with my travel blog Instagram. I have several posts on here that have built my following. One thing that you're going to want to remember is, what is Instagram for? It's a platform for images, right? When you go to Instagram, that's what you see, is you see all these images and you see all these, sometimes they have captions and hashtags, but the primary focus of Instagram is the imagery. So if you want to be successful in Instagram, you've got to take good photos. You've got to understand how lighting works. You've got to understand how composition works. You've got to understand your layout and how all of that comes together. Think of your Instagram as a magazine. You've got an ad in that magazine, and if you have a magazine that's just full of ads, it's going to get old really, really fast. You've got to have good content in there as well. So when I say think of Instagram as a magazine, I'm talking about things like this. It's kind of like a Harry Potter magazine, right? Because you've got videos that'll move and pictures that'll move, and this is what I'm talking about. So you can see my Light Travels blog Instagram right here. I've got a variety of different images. I've got my layout. So I've got a tip over here, and I've got a video there, and then I've mixed my light and dark and kept kind of my greens together. I've got another tip over here, so that's kind of positioned like a magazine. So it's got a shout out box over on this side, and I've got nice greens together over here. I intentionally put these feet picture right one on top of the other because I've got snow in one and sand in the other. I've got some fun graphics in the middle here, some personal stuff, and I've got my travel tips all throughout, right? And interspersed some videos in there too. I'm not stacking like upon like, but you can kind of see the gradient. There's some browns, there's some greens, there's some grays, there's some blues, there's some more greens together. Now we're getting into sunsets and whites and neutral tones. Now we're getting into nice heavy textures. Now we're getting into more beach scenery. So it kind of has a theme the more you go with it. I'll show you a couple Instagram accounts to show you what I mean, but the more aesthetically pleasing your Instagram is, the more followers you're going to have. I just unfollowed someone today who in the past was posting amazing content about these Indian weddings. They had the beautiful, henna on their hands and the beautiful wedding gowns and just amazing photography. And for the last 3 posts that they posted, it was completely different content than was the rest of their Instagram. And when they did that, it was an unfollow for me because, I'm just like you. I'm picky about what's in front of me on my computer. So I'm going to make sure that I'm seeing what I want to see. And when I have someone that's not, keeping up with their trend or keeping up with their own brand, that's an unfollow for me. Instagram, you can have unlimited followers. At least I haven't found the limit yet. But as a user, you only see what you want to see, and if you don't like what you're seeing, it's really super easy to unfollow. That's why you'll see your numbers, even when you're doing Instagram really well, you'll see your numbers grow and then they'll sag a little, and then they'll grow and then they'll sag a little, and then they'll grow and then they'll sag a little, because people will do follow for follow and like for like and share for share, and sometimes they'll unfollow you because they got what they wanted out of you. So don't be that guy. Follow who you want to follow and offer people to, follow you. Ask good questions. Here's another tip. Stay engaging on Instagram. So when you're making an Instagram post or when you're making a comment on someone else's post, be engaging. When you're making comments in your own post, ask good questions. Ask a question that someone will respond to. And don't just ask fluff questions. Ask questions you really want answers to. And that will start a conversation. Let me show you what I mean. I've got a friend on Instagram. She's amazing. She's my hairstylist. Her name is Christina. She's got a really good example of this that I want to show you. So I'm going to go over to her feed really quick. And she's had her Instagram up for a while, and she is really good at striking up conversations. Now you can see her Instagram, it's got a lot of videos. You can see that it's very entrepreneurial, it's very hair related. She's a hairstylist, so you obviously know what you're getting into. But this is the one I wanted to show you, okay? Now this Instagram here, she's talking about doing weaves. She's starting to do weaves, and I didn't know how controversial this was until I found her Instagram, and apparently she's got 168 comments on here, and guys, not all of them are pretty. So you know what? That's okay. It's okay if people start conversations on your thread. I'll show you a little bit of the conversations that they're having here. You know, I've always wanted to do this, but people say it'll break my hair, and you know, these things, they're real conversations from real people. They're asking real questions. You know, they're being vulnerable and saying, hey, I've always wanted to do this, or I've always wanted to try this out. Or there's even some negative comments on there that I won't repeat for the sake of this video. But, you know, as long as they're not too, you know, nasty, I would keep them on there because people can have a conversation. And when people see that your Instagram conversations are happening, they're more likely to follow you because, you know, guys, I gotta admit, we're kind of lemmings, you know, and that's just human nature. Human nature is to go to what's popular. That's why when you're driving out on the freeway and you just bought a car and you see your car suddenly out on the freeway everywhere, it's just your brain saying, you know what, I'm looking for validation that I made the right choice. So when I see that validation, or when I see everyone gathered in an area, nothing follows a crowd like a crowd. So you're going to want to, you know, when Facebook and Instagram, all of these social media platforms, they'll see that. And the users will see that. Instagram, even as a company, will see that. If your Instagram starts to get a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of followers, it's going to boost you up. And the bottom line is this. Social media wants you to be comfortable on social media. So if Instagram sees that something's super popular, it's going to give people more of it because people are obviously already comfortable with that. Keep that in mind when you're growing your followers and growing your comments, even if they're like slamming comments. Guys, I don't know if you ever watched Miranda Sings here on YouTube. I love her channel. Love you, Miranda. But she's got a couple channels, and on one channel, it's her Miranda Sings, you know, with the giant lipstick and all of the crazy songs and stuff. And even she's got her own Netflix thing right now of Haters Back Off. Super fun show. But she's got another channel that's just her out of character, and she talks about how all of these comments and negative things, you know, they're just adding to her comments. You should go watch the video. It's really funny, but, you know, just there's some language in there, so la 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 on the parts you need to. But she's quoting all of these comments that got left on her page, and she's like, you know what? The comments are just boosting me up. So don't shy away from negative comments, unless it's like really harassment and things like that. You're welcome to delete that if you need to. But if you've got comments on there, guys, let the comments roll. They are super, super boosting your following, and they're going to add more followers to your Facebook account. Does that make sense? Okay, good. On to our next point. Connect existing social media accounts. So an easy way to grow your following is to go get the followers that you already have from other accounts. And you can do that easily. You can see on my Instagram right here, I've got this little dude with a plus sign next to him. Okay, thanks for the like. I need to use this. Thank you. Awesome. So I'm going to click on that. And that's going to take me to contacts, Facebook, and suggested. So Instagram, again, networks a lot of the time for you. So it's going to give you some suggested contacts. Only follow them if you're really interested in following them, guys. Be cool. Be cool like that. Only follow if you really want to follow. I don't play the follow unfollow game. It's not fun for me and it wastes my time. So I'm going to go through and see, okay, is there anyone on here that I would like to follow or anyone that I missed? All right, I'm going to follow those guys. And then I'm going to go to Facebook. I'm going to say, hey, Facebook, where's my peeps? You know, where's the people on Facebook that are on Instagram that I would like to follow? I'm going to go follow them. All right. And so many opportunities there. There's, you know, I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'm going to leverage that platform to grow my following on Instagram. I'm even going to share on Facebook, not with a link, but just letting people know, hey, I started a new Instagram, or check out this picture from Instagram. Then I go to my contacts. I can connect to my contacts on my phone and get those follows starting to roll there. Now, here's a tip that a lot of people miss. And when I told this tip to one of my clients, her multi-level marketing business grew almost overnight. This was an amazing phenomenon. She made a post on Instagram with a picture, sharing her product and what she does. And she typically has 2 new enrollees. I think she said a month, between 2 and 5. And what she had been doing is sharing that picture from Instagram directly to Facebook and expecting to get a lot of traffic. Well, Facebook, even though it owns Instagram, doesn't boost links that take people away from Facebook. So if you have a link to Instagram, even if it's just a direct share, it's going to bury that post because it has an external link. What you need to do instead is post the picture. I know it takes extra work. Post it twice. Post it to Instagram and then post it to Facebook too, independently, organically. And when you say, hey, do the same caption, you can do the same thing on both, but then you can say at the bottom of your Facebook feed, follow me on Instagram for more, and then you can leave your Instagram handle. That's another way to get followers. And these are solid followers. You can, I get it. You can go to ClickFarms and you can buy followers overnight. It'll boost your following. But are those your real clients? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not if it's from a ClickFarm somewhere on the other side of the world, right? So get organic followers if you can, because those are the ones that give you the longevity, all right? Okay, let's check. Let's talk about interaction. Interaction is king on Instagram, all right? When you're having conversations with people, it only counts as interaction according to Instagram's algorithms if it's 4 words or more. So if you're leaving comments on other people's posts, leave more than 4 words, because then it will have more, it will count toward their comments and their boosts on their posts. So, take care of people and they'll take care of you. Just keep the karma rolling. So if you see someone else's post, in fact, let's go to my homepage. Oh, look, there's a post from my other account. Yay! Cool. So I've got a couple of, this is cool. Check out this one. Travel sports. This must be North Shore, Hawaii. Let me see if it gives us, it doesn't give us a location. Okay. Awesome. This is a super, super cool image. And I'm loving the gradation of the waves there, and just, gosh, that's neat. So I gave it a like, and I'm going to actually go and give them a comment, and I'm going to say something authentic, just like I said, just a second ago. Oh my gosh, this is an amazing pic. Where did you shoot this? Okay, real comment, not just, I can't tell you how many times I see on Instagram people say, great pic, visit me, or come check out my profile. And I'm just like, okay, I will. That's cool, but you and I aren't having a real conversation, so I'm not as interested in talking to you as you think. The most interesting thing to anyone on this entire planet is them. The most interesting thing to you in your world is you. The most interesting thing to me in my world is me. That's just the way it is. That's the way our brain works. Back in the early days of the telephones, when they had the operator that they had to connect, one phone call to another with a real person, they tracked the highest number of most commonly said words. And the most commonly said word back in those days was the word I. And my guess is it hasn't changed at all, because people love to talk about themselves. So the rule of social media is be interested in what they're interested in, which is them. So be interested in them. Comment on their posts. Ask them questions. Do the same thing in your posts. Ask people questions. Ask people to comment. Ask people for messages. Send private messages to people who you're following and strike up conversations. That's how to get those major influencers, which leads me to my next point. Connect with influencers. If you know someone that has a really great following, give them a shout out. Maybe you can do a joint venture of an Instagram together when you're there in person together. Or maybe you're doing a shout out with a screenshot and saying, oh my gosh. Well, let's say, for example, I take Christina and I'm having a really great hair day and I do a selfie or I do a video of me doing my hair. I would do that video on Instagram. I would tag her and say, hey, thanks, Christina. You're always the bomb. Thanks for, helping me out with all of my hair needs and all, just leave her some good juju, some really good gratitude that's real and authentic and genuine. And you know what? If she likes that, she's going to share it to her page, and then the people that follow her will come see me, and vice versa. You just take care of each other online and be real and authentic and connect with those people. If you take a picture that you think would be awesome for National Geographic, call them out on it. Tag them, tag National Geographic in your images. If you have a picture with someone else that you know is on Instagram, Tag them in the picture. Connect with people, because that's what people love. People love people, so make those connections. Last thing, don't try and cheat the system. Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of these social media accounts, they're functioning, and they're functioning the best for people that use them appropriately. So don't try and cheat the system. Don't try and find the back door, the loophole in whatever algorithms they are. Yeah, there are algorithms, and yeah, they are very much at work. But the primary platform of YouTube, of social media, of Facebook, of Instagram, of Twitter is people interacting with people. So do that, and you'll be king of social media. Okay, cool. You got my tools, you got my hacks, you got my tricks. Okay, Instagram is one of my favorite platforms. It is so simple, so easy to use. Keep it updated on your phone, keep your phone with you, and make sure you keep those conversations going, guys. That's really gonna get you the furthest ever in this whole game. Stay tuned for more Instagram videos, and we'll see you tomorrow.